Good morning, everybody. We have a higher trade in the grain markets here early on Wednesday morning. It is 6:30 a.m. Central Time. December corn futures up 4.25 at 524.5. November soybeans up 8.5 cents at 12.91. December Chicago wheat up 2.75 at 703.5. December Kansas City wheat up 1.75 at 703.5. December spring wheat up 4 cents at 891.25. If you guys are listening on the podcast, as always, appreciate it. Leave me a rating or review if you have not already. I'm streaming live this morning on YouTube and Facebook. If you guys are watching, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. My goal is to get up to 5,000 subscriptions. We're almost at 2,900, so we should hit that 3,000 mark here pretty soon. But my goal, bigger picture here, is to get up to 5,000. I think we can do it. So if you're watching this stuff, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like these videos. If you need some additional assistance from me, go to my website. It is www.standardgrain.com. Go to that website, click on Grain Marketing Plan here in the upper right-hand corner. For $49 a month, I offer a subscription service that is geared toward farmers. I send out a morning email every business day at 6:30 a.m. Central Time, and in that email, you'll be made aware of all the overnight headlines of importance, all my grain marketing recommendations, a lot of things regarding charts, weather, starting to talk about Brazilian weather a little bit more this time of year. I talk about the funds. I send my weekly fund tracker chart out every Monday morning. So check this deal out, guys. My subscriber-only videos are included here. This is a monthly deal. It can be canceled at any time. No trading account required. I won't try to sell you anything else, so certainly check this thing out. To get into the headlines here this morning, there is some chatter regarding additional Chinese purchases of U.S. soybeans. Rumors circulated yesterday regarding some interest in some PNW cargoes, so maybe we'll see some flash sales reported today or tomorrow. Now, China, as of late, has been a fairly active buyer of U.S. soybeans. USDA reported a sale of 4.8 million bushels on Monday. Despite the purchases, total Chinese purchases of new crop U.S. soybeans are down more than 40% versus the same time last year. Overall, U.S. soybean export sales are down about 30% versus the same date last year. Now, USDA actually increased its export projection for beans, I believe, last month, or maybe I'm wrong about that. Let me see. They did make an adjustment. Yeah, they increased the soybean export projection number for new crop last week. So they're projecting only a 7.5% decline year over year, and sales are down 30%. So we really need to play catch up here. China's been active, but the amounts are not what we need to see. Cargill reopened its West Wego, Louisiana grain export terminal this week. The terminal was shuttered for 2 weeks following Hurricane Ida and the resulting damage, power outages. Cargill unloaded its first grain barge since late August on Monday. Hurricane Nicholas expected to bring some heavy rains and has actually already brought some heavy rains into this area. Here's the last 48 hours in regard to precipitation. You could see a lot more rain here, and there's more on the radar here, so this deal is not done. So this new hurricane, or I don't know if it's a tropical storm or hurricane now, but in any case, more rain coming. Could that result in additional power outages? I really don't know. Cargill says it's still assessing damage to its Reserve, Louisiana facility. It's establishing phased reopening plans. That's according to a Cargill spokesperson. Reuters reported yesterday that ADM and Dreyfus have been loading export shipments for the last couple of days. Despite the improvement, I think it's very, very likely that you see another week or two of slower shipments out of the Gulf, maybe even longer than that. Stats Canada released its crop report yesterday. Production cuts like across the board here. Wheat, canola, a whole bunch of stuff. All wheat production pegged at 21.7 million metric tons, down from 22.9 last month. The expectation was 21.9, so not too far from expectations at all. Spring wheat production, 15.3 million, down from 16.1 last month. The trade was looking for 15.2, so no surprise there. Those are declines for all wheat, year-over-year declines of 38% for all wheat, and a year-over-year decline of 41% for spring wheat. Canola output, that was actually the big surprise, 12.8 million, down from 14.7 last month. The trade was looking for 13.6. So the wheat number is actually pretty much within the realm of expectations. The canola number may have been the bigger surprise there. France also cut its wheat production estimate yesterday. The country's farm ministry pegged the country's soft wheat crop just above 36 million metric tons, down from 36.7 the prior month. Despite that cut, this is still a good crop. It's up 24% from kind of a bad year last year. It's up 8% from the 5-year average. The ministry said these downward revisions reflect the effect of the rainy summer weather that squeezed yields. France is the biggest wheat producer in the EU, accounting for 25 to 30% of production in the EU ballpark, and the EU in total accounts for about 16% of global wheat output. So you had two production cuts in wheat yesterday, one from Canada, one from France. That's partially responsible, certainly, for the rally in the wheat market. NOPA will release August soybean crush data later this morning. Traders estimate the August crush number at 154.2 million bushels. That would be down about a percentage point from July, down 6.6% versus the same month last year. If realized, that would be the smallest August crush since 2017, if confirmed. This thing, in regard to soybean crush, has fallen short of expectations for 5-6 months in a row now. And some of these plants have idled. I don't know if that's just because of lack of available beans. I know there's been some maintenance at other plants, but in any case, the soybean crush has slowed down, likely to improve once we get some new crop beans harvested here. The cattle market had a nice day yesterday, some sharp gains in both the fat cattle and the feeder cattle. So maybe that fire at the JBS plant in Nebraska, maybe that was enough to bottom this thing and result in kind of some downside capitulation. We'll see if we can find some follow through here today. There was some cash trade at 124 in Texas yesterday. Box beef market was lower yesterday. And the outside markets, the U.S. dollar is marginally lower. The stock market's mixed. The bonds are up just a little bit. Precious metals just marginally lower. Crude oil is up 89 cents. In the November WTI, it's 71.12. Everybody have a great day today. I'll talk to you guys same time tomorrow.